Like with what kind of drugs? Yeah. Heroin, crack. His stepdaddy, he used to tell me stories about how his stepdad at the age of 12 would give him a crack pipe.
Friends, this is Sarah Benson. In 2020, her sons, Taytem and Robert, they were found unalived. Sarah is obviously distraught. The police bring her in for questioning. Now, the main suspects in this case are Mark Wilson and Cindy Guinan. Their interviews were posted yesterday, so you can go watch them. I'll put the link in the description, but let's see what Sarah has to say.
Mark is Cindy is my sister.
Okay.
I have helped her out throughout her entire life.
And what's going on with her?
She used to be a real bad alcoholic.
Okay. Does she have a drug problem?
Here and there, as far as I know. I've never I know she was hooked on I'm not even familiar with methadones.
Okay.
And
was she doing methamphetamine, heroin, anything like that?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
As soon as I found out she was pregnant, this would be like the 8th time I moved her into my house in Lakeland.
So is she pregnant now?
Yeah, she is pregnant now.
Okay.
But the baby that she has now, baby Caitlin, when I first found out she was still drinking really heavily, like liquor after liquor, I moved her and the baby, she was pregnant, so right. I had no choice but to take the guy with her because she won't leave the guy.
Right.
So
where were they? Were they down in Lakeland also?
Yeah, they lived with me in Lakeland for about 9 months. Caitlin was probably 8 months old when they thought they had enough money to get out on their own. Come to find out they moved up here, they didn't have enough money to get out on their own. So when we just moved up here, I moved them from the house they were staying at with no power into the little place next that they're currently staying in.
Right.
I also traded my dad his, we had a camper when we came up here for visits. That's where we would stay. So I traded my dad the camper for a spare truck just so Mark could get on his feet to get a job and, you know what I mean?
Right.
To try to do something for his own family.
Uh-huh.
But I do know, he was addicted to drugs, since he was a kid, I guess.
And this is Mark.
Yeah, that's okay. Mark, yes.
What he was doing? Or drugs?
Like with what kind of drugs? Yeah. Heroin, crack. His stepdaddy, he used to tell me stories about how his stepdad at the age of 12 would give him a crack pipe. And it would make me feel guilty because I always had a big heart, even though everybody told me, no, don't let people move into your house. They're never going to get out on their own. I have moved my sister numerous times into my house with different boyfriends. So, I mean, only because it's my sister, even though she's the older one. Mm-hmm. But I mean, as far as violent, I have never seen anything. I would never suspect something.
Either one of them?
No, I personally wouldn't. Now I know my dad and my grandma has their own theories as far as Mark, because my dad just saw him the other day on whatever he was on. He was on some kind of drug. So then that has me worried.
I'm sorry. What day was that? Rough guesstimate.
Not yesterday, the day before.
Okay.
So on Monday?
Yeah, it was Sunday, Monday. It was right in there.
So he's still doing drugs?
My dad's
Or we believe so.
Yeah, because my dad mentioned it right in front of him, in front of me, and said, I think that you're on something. Look, you're whispering and you're all jittery. He didn't admit or deny. Most people would deny I'm not on drugs. So then when I got home, I had asked my sister about it, and she said, no, it was just because he was shy around dad, or I don't know, some cockamamie story.
Did you believe her?
No, I didn't believe her. I really do think he is on some kind of drug. What kind of drug, I don't know.
Right. He's not working right now?
No, he is not working. I just paid to have the red vehicle that they were gone in and had it tagged, titled, and insured just so he could go find a job this week. So I ran back over into, went up the little stairs to where Robert was, and I ripped, because the blanket was on his head, and that's how he always sleeps. So I ripped the blanket up. I could see it was, yeah. And my little said, Mommy, my brothers are dead. So I crammed him out the front door, which the front door was not shut. The screen door was shut. The main front door that I always have locked and chained because I put a chain on it so the baby didn't get out. That was not shut. Just the screen was. So I threw him outside, told him to get in the car, and I ran back in trying to get the key. And I couldn't find the key, so I found my husband's key. And I was hanging up, and I didn't even look back towards the boys. I went straight into the other car and drove all the way to my dad's house because I didn't know where the phone was. Because it's usually with Taytem, and I didn't want to go near him. I didn't want to see it again.
Just a question I got to ask.
I know. Go ahead. You're fine.
Obviously, you sound like you're, pretty well to do as far as everything goes. She struggled all of her life and everything.
Yeah.
You think there's any issues as far as
resentment for that?
possibly? No. Not to.
No.
I'm not going to say to that extreme, but any resentment over the years, as far as you having to take care of her all your life, and she's your older sister, correct?
Yeah, she is my older sister.
Okay.
No, definitely not that. If anything, it would be more gratitude kissing my feet, especially if I tried to help the boyfriend out with her. You know what I mean?
Right.
So this wouldn't be the first one. I think there was like 4 other boyfriends prior that I had convinced my husband to let them move in with us to either in our house in Lakeland because we never lived up here.
Right.
And then I got them both into psychiatric help to get, the withdrawals or whatever they were going through. And they always told me, Sarah, you're just enabling them is the words they would use. And I couldn't see my sister struggle. She's my sister.
Right.
But I don't think either one of them had it. Because she loved Taytem, especially. She was with me for the first 4 years of Taytem's life. You go to the store everywhere with her.
What about Mark?
In my opinion, I don't see him doing that. But then again, I don't know Mark that well.
How long have you known Mark?
Galen's a year, so probably 2 years now.
Okay.
About that. He's never done anything violent or suspicious to where I would feel uncomfortable enough to want to, get him out of my house or anything like that.
No red flags have ever gone on.
No red flags to be around my children. He always played with them. And he took them fishing. He took them to stores. But drugs make people also do crazy things. And I really don't think, but I'd rather you just explore all the options you possibly can.
Right. And that's why we got to ask.
Yeah.
And has your sister ever confided in you any issues him and her were having?
No, actually, they were getting along pretty well from Norval. Since she quit drinking, they don't really fight back and forth. But before, when they used to drink a lot,
Both of them.
Yeah, then it was like nonstop bickering, like nonstop. There, you would always hear bicker about he was leaving without her going somewhere, like. You couldn't leave the house or take a shit without the other one being there, which I always thought was odd. So I would always tell them both right in front of each other. He can go to the store without you and you can go to the store without him. It is not, you don't have to be like this. That's not how it works. Not since you have a kid now. And then she's pregnant again. That's the only reason I let her live with me now.
Yeah.
Is because I don't want that kid to have some kind of drug-related issues when it's born, and that's or alcoholism or what. That's why I was like, oh no, come stay at my house for a little bit.
Was Cynthia in the house this morning? Prior to you waking up?
She said she came inside. I don't know if she said she put the coffee pods down that she bought for me. Or honestly, I'm not. She has to because she goes in there and showers. So and the lights were on in there, in the bathroom.
In the bathroom,
I got up this morning.
where she showers.
Yes.
Okay.
So I know they had to have come in the house, but Cindy did tell me during the mix of all of this, when I was outside. What'd she say? Taytem was in the chair at 6:00 this morning in the living room chair. She said she saw Taytem sitting in the living room chair at 6:00 this morning, 6:30 or whatever time she said. Now I know Robert came in my room at 4 and woke me up. It was like 4:45 and said, Mom, what time do you want to get up? And I said, oh no, why? Well, because you said you'd take us to Tyler so we could play our video games. And I was like, not at 4 a.m, come back at 7.
Right.
Right. Okay. Okay, so when Cynthia left, she didn't wake you up or anything?
No, she didn't come in there and wake
Does
me
she
up.
normally do that?
Yeah, most of the time if she needed something, if she like needed, say, gas money, they actually went over to my dad's, I think they said at 9, and got gas money from them to take Cindy to the doctor about the whole pregnancy baby thing. And that was at 9, and I guess that's why she didn't answer the phone when I was when everybody else was blowing it up to find out where she was.
Okay.
I mean, you can see she is so distraught and she looks like a very good mother to me. Do you see the same? Okay, now I'm going to show you Deborah's interview. Deborah is one of the neighbors.
I pulled up, got out, opened up her gate, opened up her front door, went right to the pool room. I saw Taytem laying on the ground. He was face down. He had his neck like this. I was calling his name Taytem, and I shook him a little bit. I could tell that his skin was yellow and he was cold when I touched him. I could see it. I really thought a dog got him. That's what I thought, because they have a dog. So I could tell that Taytem was dead. And I looked for Robert and I didn't see Robert. So I went around the corner and I had walked right by him, but he was sitting by the wall, by the bookshelf, and I could look at him and I saw his lips were blue. And I can't remember if I thought I'd seen something with his neck. I just saw blue lips. I'm like, Robert. I don't even know if I touched him. But I went back out front. I was talking to the lady and I saw my husband come up. And
was your husband home whenever Sarah came?
When Sarah came, he was sleeping. So she came in. My 3 kids were maybe my 2 kids were in the living room with me. I said, get your dad now. I put my earbuds on and I left.
Okay.
So he left immediately, or he must have went and got his mom's car and drove after me.
Okay.
I walked out of the house, still on phone 911. I said, they're dead.
Okay.
He goes, no, they're not. I said, they are. And he kicked or hit something, and then he went in and checked, and the lady said, don't let him in there. Stop him.
Right.
So he went in there, and he came out, and she said, wait there, don't leave. But I had to go back. I felt we need to go to see Sarah because I knew she was waiting on me.
Right.
So I drove back, and I kept telling the lady, I was like, I don't know what to say to her. I don't know how to say it. She's like, you don't have to say anything. She's like, we're sending somebody out there. I was like, I'm pulling up at my house now. And I walked into my yard and I saw her and she looked at me and I was like, they're not. They said they're dead. And she was on the phone with her husband. And I said to him, I think they said they are. I don't know if it was a dog or what, Chad, but they are. And then
whose phone was she using?
Probably Andy, my husband.
Okay.
So and he had asked me to bring the phone back to him.
Okay.
So I said, Sarah, go to Betty's. I said, I'm going back. I'm going to see what I can find out. She went next door to my mother-in-law, her grandmother.
Okay.
So I sent her over there. All the kids were staying at my house. I ended up going back to the house. The cops were there, I believe. They were starting to set up tape and stuff because I parked outside of tape.
Okay.
So I was there's nothing I could do or say there. So I went back to Sarah.
Now, do you talk to Sarah earlier in the day or anything?
I sent her text messages asking if she could, because my son has a worm in his foot. It's a hookworm. I was like, do you have any more of those pills? She never replied.
Okay.
That was around 8 o'clock.
Okay.
I did get a phone call from her sister Cindy at 9. And I didn't answer it because I was trying to do schoolwork with my kids. And then again, she kept calling, so I finally answered it. And she was out front and wanted money for gas. So I brought her up $10.
Okay. And that was around 9, you said?
9:12.
9:12.
That's when I got the second phone call that I answered.
Okay. Was anybody with her in the
Her
vehicle?
boyfriend.
Okay.
I would assume the kid was in the back.
Okay.
She said she was going to the doctor's because she's wanting to get a pregnancy statement.
Okay.
So I gave her $10.
Was she wearing the same clothes that she was wearing whenever?
I didn't even look at it. I was mad that I had to give her money because they're drug addicts.
Okay.
But my husband was sleeping.
Is that normal for them to ask you for money?
They have, yeah.
Okay.
They're supposed to try to be getting it together, but yeah. I mean, she said I tried asking Sarah, but Sarah was sleeping.
Okay.
So I gave her the 10. I was just going to tell the dad later.
Okay.
And then I went back in and was still doing the online stuff. That was at 9:12. And then my phone, according to my phone, I called 911 at 10:36. So
okay.
like,
did she say where they were going to get the test done?
doctors. I'm assuming birth and beyond, but I don't know. I have no idea actually.
Okay. Has she mentioned anything before about thinking that she's pregnant?
Sarah told me she was pregnant.
Okay.
It was a secret. She did text me a couple of days ago and saying, well, Sarah said, you know, and I said, yes. I was like, I support you either way because I know they're down and out because it's a baby. I was like, I don't judge. She goes, I don't want no judgment. I was like, I don't judge you. I've had abortions. So that was the conversation with her.
Okay.
I'm not that close with Cindy.
Okay.
I am with Sarah, and I really am with those kids.
What, how is like Sarah's relationship with the boys?
She's a great mom. She has a lot of agoraphobic issues and doesn't like to leave the house and can't do things by herself. That's why she's letting her sister live with her. No matter what anybody else says, that's the real reason.
Okay.
Taytem helps her with everything. He goes into stores with her or for her. Robert is a very, very, very smart kid. So she's not that smart. So she's always trying to push him to go to like better classes, because he's very bright. He gets all the letters from the schools.
Now, were they enrolled in virtual
She's
school?
working on trying because she just got here.
Okay. That makes
But
sense.
yeah, down there he was in all the smart classes, and she's very, very picky about them having, because she didn't do good in school, so she's really on top of them as far as that.
That's good. And what about their father's relationship with them?
He's immature as they come. I mean, he plays video games, comes home. He only is home 2 days a week.
Oh, okay.
So he's like there, and he gets to go home and go into. He's not very much in the picture. He loves the kids. But he's acting like a weird person right now. Everybody processes stuff differently. But he's not all there in the head.
Okay.
That's all I could say. Immature.
What days is he at home?
He just started this job,
Okay.
so I think this is his second week or his first week. But was home on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
Okay. And then Cindy, how is she with the kids?
Taytem babysits all the time for her. Taytem is the oldest one, and he's just very good with Landon, very good with the baby. He's always go to. He takes care of all the people there. Robert is very onto his video games and standoffish, and you got to try to get a hug from him and stuff. But he's I don't know. Sarah's a great mother, and there's nothing that really. I know she's a suspect because she came to my house, but
I'm just trying to figure out everybody who lives there.
She woke up, she saw Tayton, she freaked out. She went and tried to get Cindy, and Cindy wasn't there, so she saw Tayton again, freaked out, yelled at Robert, pulled the blanket down, saw that, and just went to her dad's house. Help. Nobody else is there.
Right.
Where are her people?
So Cindy's relationship with the boys, like she wasn't there much, or?
Yeah, I mean, I can't say anything about her. I mean, she loves them and her brothers, but she's in her own world because she's a drug addict.
Right. And same thing with, is it Mark?
I think he loves them and thinks of them as brothers, according to him, but I try my hardest to not go near Mark. Yeah, at Mark at least. Cindy, I used to be super close with, but I can't hold a conversation with her anymore because she's just too far gone. I used to be really, really close with her.
Why do you stay away from Mark?
My husband hates his guts. Everybody hates his guts.
Wow.
So I know, because he's a drug addict, got her worse on drugs, and got her pregnant, and everything that he's done to her. And now they're still together.
All right. Well, I appreciate you talking with me.
Can you check my phone?
Okay. And did they get all your information?
So from that interview, it's clear Deborah knew Mark was not a good guy. Now let me show you the interview of Chad Baker. Chad is the father of the boys.
Cindy is my wife's sister.
Mm-hmm. Do you think she would cover up for Mark?
Almost positive.
It's like if Mark did something and she knew about it, that she
I can almost guarantee she probably more than likely would.
Okay. Even if it was to her own nephews?
Sad to say, probably.
Okay.
I do know I called Sarah at 9:15 this morning.
You called Sarah? Okay.
Called Sarah's phone at 9:15 this morning.
She
didn't
answer?
answer.
Okay.
So I called my
sister. That tell you she's probably asleep?
Probably still sleeping.
Okay.
And
is that normal for
it's
her?
normal because she stays up throughout the night. She suffers from panic disorder.
Gotcha.
So
I was going to ask you about what time she went to bed. What time
her and my father-in-law suffer from the same disease. They suffer from panic disorder, where they constantly have panic attacks and whatnot. So one of their things is they're night owls. It is what it is. There's times where she'll go to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning. She's back up at 7:38, 9 o'clock, sometimes later. But the upside is my 5-year-old, he's pretty much on her sleep schedule. When she goes to sleep, he goes to sleep.
There's, your wife said that there's a safe in the house?
It's a portable safe.
Yes. Where is that at in the house?
It was, last I saw when I left the house on Sunday, it was on, I think, if you're in my bedroom facing the back door that goes out back,
Yes.
on the far left over by the TV.
So in your room?
In my
your
bedroom. Where is it at now?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. It's there somewhere, I believe, but I'm not 100% sure. That leads into my next question is, did you have any cash in there? Any of your
No.
leftover? Did you have any cash?
No, all my money was in bank.
In banks, okay.
And that's my wife's been having to go to do the pool thing. I kept my bank down south.
Yeah, okay.
My bank is Railroad and Industrial Credit Union. There's not a Railroad and Industrial Credit Union up here. They're all down Tampa, Lakeland, or
Right.
Plant City area.
So that
So,
answers my question is that, if you
anytime
had
I
cash
needed-
in the house, would Mark and Cindy be snooping, looking for cash?
They wouldn't find any. They know that we don't.
They know it's not there.
I don't keep cash on me for specific reasons. They
Have you
know
ever had
that
any other things go missing, any unexplained, since they moved in, or since they, you know what I'm saying?
since I moved in or since I've known them.
Well, since you've known them. I mean, anything where you scratch your head like, I wonder if,
Yes, but I'd rather.
I don't want to ask you to accuse anybody, just,
I've said up and down that I used to have a car stereo in my Dodge years ago.
Mhm.
I pulled the stereo out when I sold the Dodge to my wife's cousin.
Mhm.
I kept the amp. I kept the speakers. I still got the speakers. 1,000-watt Class D amp went missing out of my garage after I showed it to Mark when I lived down south.
okay.
1,000-watt Class D, and if I'm not mistaken, it was a Clarion.
Okay.
It was black and silver. I can tell you that. It had some rust spots on it.
Yeah.
My boys please tell me I'm dreaming, Taytem and Robert, and my 18-year-old that's in Mississippi, when he was living down here, when we were in Lakeland, they told me that they saw my aunt underneath the seat in one of his cars that he used to have. Car that we sold him. This was after they had already moved out and moved away and everything.
Yeah.
They were living with us down in Lakeland.
Now, Mark is no relation to you or your wife, right?
None
She's-
whatsoever.
Cindy,
He's Cindy's boyfriend.
Cindy and Sarah are sisters,
Correct.
blood sisters. I mean, they're not like married sisters.
Same mother, different fathers.
Right, but still, they're blood
Right.
sisters. And Mark is no relation to any of y'all, other than just that.
And to be quite honest with you, when I do go back to my house, I don't want him there.
That's of course your decision. Let me ask you about Robert and Tate. They at night.
Tayton's a big teddy bear.
Yeah.
It's my 14-year-old teddy bear. He wouldn't even hurt a flea.
Yeah.
The kid's 14 years old and he'd rather play with 8-year-old kids in the neighborhood when we live down south.
Gotcha. And I just have to ask because I don't know. Does he have any disabilities, learning disabilities, anything like
I
that?
think he was under like ADHD.
Okay,
We
that's
had
pretty
to
common.
take like a Ritalin for
Yeah.
school to keep him on track. But he only took it while he was in school.
But that's it.
Right.
Okay.
And the thing is and they had to take it because
Mhm.
not in
That happened in
school.
school. What grade would Tayton have been in this year if he started school right now?
I think Robert was going into 7th and Tayton was going into 8th or 9th.
Okay.
But they don't know anybody
Right,
up
they don't
here.
know anybody up here.
Like I was telling the people earlier, you pull out of our street, get up to 26, make a right on 26, go to Lake Serena. One road down,
Right.
make a right on Lake Serena and go to my father-in-law's house.
Yeah.
That's the only places that they've been to. My house, my father-in-law's house. And they didn't walk to get to my father-in-law's house. My father-in-law was just in the pool. I found this out today. In the pool at my wife's grandmother's house.
Mhm.
doing play fighting.
Yeah.
With Taytem and Robert in the pool, teaching Robert and Taytem how to fight.
Right.
Which what any grandfather wouldn't do.
Right.
Teaching Taytem and Robert how to play fight or how to fight in the pool. Well, apparently they got a little loud and the cops got called.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So it just blows my mind why somebody would do something to two kids that wouldn't hurt nobody.
Who all has, we'll say, access to your house? Like, who could get into your house in an emergency? Obviously, Mark and Cindy. 'Cause
My father-in-law could get in, but I mean,
I'm not saying anybody did it. I'm trying to figure out who all.
like, what do you mean in
Like
an
have
emergency?
a key. Like have a key. Like,
Oh, no,
Like I
it's-
have a key to my parents' house. I don't just go walk in there all the time. But in an emergency, I can go in there if I need to. You know. So who all? Would have
Just
access
Mark
to
and
your
Cindy. My
house?
father-in-law don't have a key to my house.
But
The reason he was able to get into the house today was because my wife was already at his house
Sure.
and he hustled over there.
Yeah, sure. When you're home, and I know you've only been there for a couple of weeks, but how long have Mark and Cindy been there? The whole time, or
All except for two nights.
okay, so they've been there just about as long as you have.
Does it drive me insane? Yeah.
I understand.
Do you want your privacy in your own house?
Sure.
Yeah. Do
Do
you
they-
get it when you have company? No. Do you get it when you have 4 kids at the time?
Yeah.
No, not really. Then it went down to 3 kids because my 18-year-old wanted to move back to Mississippi. So I put him on a plane and sent him home.
So I know that they sleep out in the other outbuilding out there, but do they come and go? Is there a bathroom out there?
And the room that they're in?
Yes.
No.
Where do they normally use the bathroom? Do they come
They
in
would
the
come
house
in through that pool room.
and come into the house?
Correct.
Like if they're hungry, they come in and go to the kitchen. So
Right.
they basically lived in your house. It's just that was their bedroom.
That was their bedroom.
Gotcha. So in the evenings, are they like hanging out in the living room watching TV with y'all, or
If we
something?
had TV.
Well, but you know what I'm saying.
I don't have no internet, no cable, no nothing.
You know what I'm saying. If y'all are like
So
in
we're
the
just
evening,
usually
when people
shooting
are
the breeze. Like when I'm home on the weekends, when I get home on Friday and I leave out on Sunday, I've got my game room that me and the kids, me and Robert and Taytem were setting up my game room. Like I said, we just moved in. So still haven't got everything set up. And I don't know what's the point of having a game room if I don't have the internet.
Right.
So we're still setting up my game room for me to have. Taytem and Robert still setting up their bedrooms and whatnot during the day. At night, they're still doing their thing. They're watching YouTube on the phones, whatnot. Or we'll go into the pool room and we'll set my phone. I always crap.
That's okay.
I always go for my phone.
Yeah.
But I'll take my phone and I'll set it wherever they tell me to and set it there. And we've got a JBL Bluetooth speaker and I'll turn on Pandora and we'll turn on some music. We'll play some
Gotcha.
pool. I mean, what the hell? You gotta have a pool room. You gotta have music.
I can't imagine. I really can't. I'm not even
I'm
gonna try to sit here and
Holding
Ron,
myself
you tell you
together the best I can.
you're gonna have to let it go at some point. If you want to do that in here in private,
No,
I can turn the recorder off and
no, you're perfectly fine.
you can sit in here as long as you want to. Okay. So,
Like I said, you're perfectly fine. I'm
um,
gonna hold it together for my wife. Cause I'm gonna have to do a funeral down in Lakeland.
So that's the end of all the interviews. Mark himself was sentenced to death. He was found guilty and now he's in prison. I don't think there were any charges filed against Cindy. I'm going to end the show by showing you an interview the one time Mark and Cindy were in the same room. Cindy at this moment knows the boys are dead. And I think she knows who did it. So why is she accepting Mark's comfort? Watch it, let me know.
Yes.
Sorry,
No, it's okay. It's okay. All right. We can sit here with you just a few minutes, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
It's not working again. Trying to get downstairs. Let's see, you were stupid. I really feel it. Yeah, she's doing it. Let's just push. I wish I could take that baby with her. Yeah, just look there. Maybe if you do something, so I don't know. I would if she was. Huh? I would if she was my way. You don't even know if the answer. Down here, the answer right now. Oh yeah, she probably don't know this number. But yeah, strange thing. I was there. I can't say it. It's just a retarded wedding at police station. Yes, I can. So it's there, you coming right back. It's trying to be fucking card up again. Yeah. No, you're not. I'm back. I can't put it. Nothing here. Thing. I can't buy some. Just very quickly back. Still doesn't even feel like it's. Huh? It's still. Yeah, when you get real.
Yeah, it's almost like you're used
I just want to go to sleep right now. Wake up and be okay. Like, everything's okay. I really want to know what was going through this person's mind when they did that. I don't get it. I definitely didn't deserve that.
a lot of confusion.
What color is this out?
I think it's fine. Wait.
Realistic. Really that. Is that like one of them double mirror thingies?
No. It used to be a window. Right?